Hello everyone, I'm your friend Teacher Sam. Welcome to a journey that will transform your English language skills. In the coming minutes, we'll dive into a world where words form bridges and grammar constructs paths, making communication efficient and enjoyable. We'll be exploring some of the best tips to enhance your English vocabulary and grammar, and we'll do it fast. Now, imagine being able to articulate your thoughts with ease, or write an essay without groping for words. Picture yourself confidently engaging in conversations using a rich vocabulary and proper grammar. It's a skill that can open doors, both personally and professionally. These are not just dreams, but achievable goals. And the steps to reach these goals are simpler than you think. So, buckle up as we embark on this enlightening journey. So without further ado, let's dive into the tips that will boost your English vocabulary and grammar. Our first tip revolves around the power of reading. Now you might wonder, how can reading help me improve my English vocabulary and grammar? Well, it's quite simple, really. When you read, you're constantly exposed to new words, phrases, and grammatical structures. You learn how they're used in context, how they fit into sentences, and how they convey different shades of meaning. Consider this. When you read a book, you're diving into a world crafted by the author. Each sentence, each word chosen has a purpose and a message. The same goes for reading newspapers or magazines. They offer a snapshot of real-life language, how it's used in the world today. Whether it's fiction, nonfiction, or a daily newspaper, each offers a unique opportunity to learn and grow your English skills. So, start reading and let the words wash over you. Remember, the more you read, the more words you gain exposure to, and they'll inevitably make their way into your everyday vocabulary. Our next tip is about putting your new vocabulary into practice. Imagine you've just learned the word serendipity. Now, how do you use it in your daily conversation? You might say, I experienced serendipity today when I found a $20 bill on the street. See how that works? It's about weaving the new word into your regular conversation, not just memorizing it. Here's another example. Let's take the word exuberant. You could use it in a sentence like, the crowd was exuberant after the home team won the game. Remember, the key is to use these words in context, so they become a natural part of your language repertoire. The more you use new words, the more familiar you become with them. It's about making them your own. And here's a little secret. The more you use these words, the more your confidence grows. So don't be afraid to use new words. The more you use them, the more comfortable you'll become with their meanings and usage. Now let's move on to grammar. It's not as scary as it sounds. To effectively communicate in English, it's crucial to understand grammar in context. Grammar isn't just about memorizing rules, it's about understanding how these rules apply in real-life situations. Think of grammar as the framework of the language. It's the structure that holds your words together and gives them meaning. Without it, your sentences would just be a jumble of words. But how do we understand grammar in context? Well, let's say you come across a sentence. I've been reading a book. To understand the grammar in this sentence, we need to identify the different grammatical structures and understand their use. First, we have the subject I, then the auxiliary verb have, followed by the past participle been, and then the main verb reading. This is an example of the present perfect continuous tense. It's used to express an action that started in the past and is still ongoing. So, if you're reading a book and someone asks what you're doing, you would say, I have been reading a book, see? It's not that complicated, is it? Let's try another example. If it rains, we will stay at home. This is a conditional sentence. It's used to express a possible situation and its consequence. The if clause sets the condition. If it rains, and the main clause tells us the result, we will stay at home. Remember, when you're learning a new grammatical structure, try to see it in different sentences. Look at how it's used in a variety of contexts. This will give you a better understanding of its function and usage. This brings us to the end of our exploration of grammar in context. It's a powerful tool in your language learning journey, so don't be afraid to dive into the intricacies of grammar. It's your friend, not your enemy. Remember, understanding grammar in context will help you use it correctly when you speak or write. Our final tip is about the importance of consistency in practice. You see, language learning isn't a one-time event. It's a journey, a process that requires dedication and regular practice. This is particularly true when it comes to enhancing your English vocabulary and grammar. Just like muscle memory and fitness, your brain needs to get familiar with new words and grammar rules. And how do you achieve that? Through repetition and review. Go over the words you've learned, use them in sentences, write them down, read them out loud. The same goes for grammar rules. Apply them in different contexts and soon enough they'll become second nature to you. Think of it as watering a plant. You can't just water it once and expect it to grow. It needs regular care and attention. That's exactly how language learning works. Consistent practice is the key to mastering any language, so keep practicing. Well, we've covered quite a bit today, and it's been a real pleasure sharing these tips with you. Let's take a moment to revisit the main points we've discussed. We started off by highlighting the importance of reading, books, newspapers, magazines. They're all treasure troves of new words and grammatical structures waiting to be discovered. Diving into the world of literature not only enriches your vocabulary but also exposes you to the nuances of English grammar in a natural and enjoyable way. Next, we dove into the practice of using new words in daily conversation. Words are like tools in a toolbox. The more you use them, the more familiar you become with their function and usage. Incorporating new words into your everyday speech helps you remember them and understand their context better. Understanding grammar in context was another crucial point we explored. Rather than memorizing rules and exceptions, try to understand how grammar works in real-life situations. This will make your English sound more natural and fluent. Remember, language is a means of communication, and understanding the why behind grammar rules will help you communicate more effectively. Last but certainly not least, we emphasize the importance of regular practice and review. Consistency is key when learning a new language. Make it a habit to review what you've learned and practice your skills regularly. Over time, you'll notice a significant improvement in your vocabulary and grammar usage. I hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, mastering English vocabulary and grammar is a journey, not a destination. Keep practicing, and you'll see improvement in no time. Don't forget to click the link in the description below to download our book to help you improve your English learning skills fast. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep learning.